Oh, wow. Um, oh my gosh, hello. Joe, would you do me a favor and just tilt it forward a little bit? The screen. Hi everyone. I'm on a little early. Okay, that's good. That's good. But I am still learning how things work. And what I don't know is how to do that little countdown thing. So because I was ready, I wanted to just get it started so that you know that I'm here. But let's give everyone a minute to log on. If you are here and you are joining us already, thank you so much. Hello and welcome. If you have any questions, I'm going to do some Q&A, answer some of your questions later. So if you want to type those out right now so I can scroll through them later. Hello, friends. Who's here already? Jamie's here. Sylvia Boyer's here. Robbie's here. Hi, Ola. Welcome. I'm so excited that you guys are here. So one of the coolest things about Park Hopper Daily has been that I have decided to feature every week. I'm trying to feature a different small shop on the newscast, rock their shirt, take some cool photos against I have lots of Disney walls in my home. This is painted on my wall. Isn't that cool? It's not a green screen. I painted this with Joe and I. My husband and I painted. It was our pandemic project. So today's shirt is from the Hitchhiking Ghouls, and it's Mickey ice cream bars. Danny's here. Hello, welcome, my friends. I love you. So I'm going to talk more about them later. But one of the most fun things is that people have been sending me their stuff so that I can take photos and shout them out on the newscast. And today I had some extra time, so that's why my hair is extra luxurious. I washed it and I used about 12,000 products to get it to be nice and smooth and flat and not frizzy. I put lots of makeup on my face, and my face is on fire right now. My face is not used to being covered in makeup, and it's not very happy with me. But that's okay. I did some photo shoots. So Hitchhiking Ghouls, I'm going to be sending you some photos of me being completely fun and silly in front of my purple wall in your shirt. The Big Cheese Tees, I have a couple of shirts from them. They have the cutest shirts. It's the Jungle Booze Cruise and Haunted Happy Hour, the Haunted Mansion. So their shirts are a little drink inspired, much like what's in this mug. So I'm going to be sending you some photos. And then I had time to get a jump on next week's shirt, which is from Fun and Fancy Tees. They also sent me a lot of really cool posters. Oh, they were right over here. I'll show you them next week. I have to get them framed. I'm very excited to be rocking their stuff. So Fun and Fancy Tees, your shots are coming to you this week as well. Thank you all. Welcome to the show. I'm going to get over to my script-a-doodle-doo. Here we go. COVID-19 vaccinations are opening up to more age groups in both California and Florida, a situation that may change the availability at Disney theme parks on both coasts. Park pass reservations are expanded at Walt Disney World in both April and March, although park capacity continues to sell out into the summer months. The confectionery is getting a new look in Orlando, and Disney begins testing facial recognition as a means of park entry at Magic Kingdom. So maybe not the fireworks of last week's Disneyland reopening news, although we do have some big Disneyland news coming up a little later. They're expanding again. What? Yes! But there's still so much going on in the Disneyverse. I'm Anita Boyer, and welcome back to your Park Hopper Daily weekly newscast. Again, now that we're officially started, I want to shout out this week's shirt sponsor, my merch, my fabulous shirt, to the Hitchhiking Ghouls. hitchhiking ghouls. They are super fun. I had such a hard time picking just one design. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be going back and making some purchases. They have so many fun, amazing shirts. This one is Mickey ice cream bars, which is very near and dear to my heart. It's Joe's absolute favorite Disney treat, and Joe is my absolute favorite Disney treat. I just tried to wink with the wrong eye. Oh God. Okay. Send reinforcements. It's my birthday this weekend. I know. Happy birthday to me. My birthday's on Saturday, March 27th. And for my birthday present to myself, actually, this is part of my parents' present to me. They just don't know it because they sent me money and this is what I'm spending it on. Sorry, Mom. I'm getting new tattoos because this is not enough. I need more. So I'm going to continue the sleeve. I think we're going to complete it this week. I'm getting a Disney trash can because I am obsessed with the trash cans of Disney. If you don't follow me on Disney Cans on Instagram, I literally have an entire separate Instagram account, 100% dedicated to the trash cans of the Disney parks. And I love it. So I'm getting a Disney trash can right here. And then I'm going to get a Mickey ice cream bar. And it's my tattoo for Joe because I love him and he will be with me forever. Won't you? Where are you? Okay, you're there. Good. So yeah, it's going to be a super fun birthday weekend and I'm so excited. Also, if you don't ever hear from me again, it's because I died. My other big fun birthday celebration, because I couldn't get to Disney World this weekend. And even if I could, I would have been blocked out because my annual pass is not the super platinum fancy one. It's the gold one. And I would have been blocked out literally starting on my birthday. And I was like, that's a bummer, but it's okay. I'm going to try aerial arts. I'm going to try silks and maybe Lyra. I don't know how it works, but I'm a tap dancer. That's my main. I'm a dance teacher. That's my main gig. When I'm not like gallivanting around Disney, I'm teaching children how to dance. And I have a lot of lower body strength. My legs, like I'm pretty sure that if I got in trouble, I could get my way out of it by kicking. I hope I never get in trouble and have to put that to the test because I'm probably wrong. But my arms, like I can do 5 push-ups and then I cry. So it's going to be an interesting experience. If you want to follow along, maybe I'll post some stuff. I also want to shout out some amazing travel agents who I love. These are a couple of travel agent friends who I have not even met in real life, but we have become very tight on Instagram. They're very supportive, always giving me advice, always giving me like details and news flashes and tips and tricks when I'm away. And since Joe and I spent so many of our Disney Vacation Club points on our epic, amazing, wonderful honeymoon, 0 regrets whatsoever, we're out of points. We have no more points. All of our points are gone. But we got really lucky and we were able to snag a couple of vaccine appointments. We actually got our first shots Sunday and it was overwhelming. I'm so grateful. I feel so good. I mean, I was tired the first couple of days. I had a couple of side effects, very mild, just mostly exhaustion, which could have just been from like my general lack of sleeping. But we are celebrating being vaccinated with a quick 3-day trip in April. And then we're also going to be going back for a week in June to celebrate our first show back in person with my theater company. So I want to shout out my travel agents because I was like, I'm not just going to book these trips. I'm going to go through my new Instagram travel agent friends. So shout outs to Kungaloosh Crew Marie at Faith and Trust Travel Co. Thank you so much for hooking us up with our trip in April. And shout outs to Emily. She is at We Do Disney Right on the Instagrams. She is hooking us up and helping us out with our trip and our dining reservations in June. So excited. I follow her almost exclusively for her Oga's Cantina content because I don't know how she does it, but she is like at Oga's like 12,000 times a day. And I'm like, girl, you can book my trips if you get me into Oga's, like we'll be best friends for life. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Let's get to the news. All adults in Florida ages 18 and older will be eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccination starting April 5th. Governor Ron DeSantis announced on March 25th. Sorry, did I say that funny? I'm trying to have some journalistic integrity, even though I really don't like him. Not long after Walt Disney World's largest union encouraged the state to prioritize its theme park workers. The announcement has left many wondering if this may lead to a relaxation of safety measures like social distancing and mandatory mask-wearing guidelines, as well as an increase in park capacity at the Florida parks. Although CEO Bob Chapek has already said he believes safety protocols will remain in place at Disney parks through 2021, likely being removed in 2022 at the earliest. I mean, not that anywhere else in Florida has had any kind of safety measures put in place, but thank goodness for Disney World for doing their due diligence and taking this and science seriously. Similarly, all California adults age 16 and older will be eligible for a COVID-19 vaccination by April 15th, Governor Gavin Newsom has announced, with that date just 2 weeks before Disneyland's reopening on April 30th. The Walt Disney Company has been mum on what capacity will look like when the theme parks do reopen in Anaheim, and will have to adhere to state guidelines, but we do expect an announcement soon. Very exciting, very exciting. Park passes for select days in March and April have been replenished after having been sold out, with spring break crowds descending on the parks. However, a quick view today of the Park Pass reservation availability calendar shows that parks continue to operate at a limited 35% capacity. Dates are selling out quickly, especially for Hollywood studios. Already there are dates in May and June that have limited park availability, and we would expect as more and more people become vaccinated, that's me, we will continue to see the parks reach capacity on a more regular basis. So if you're planning to go to Walt Disney World, make your park reservations as soon as possible. We have correspondents on the ground in Florida this week who report seeing a number of resorts, particularly moderate and value resorts, reaching pool capacity within 2 hours, and with 2-hour waits in some cases. Disney Springs is unusually crowded as well. A lot of that we chalk up to people being in Orlando and not being able to enter the theme parks because they have reached their daily capacity. The beloved confectionery on Main Street is getting a refurbishment, and Disney has now confirmed it will also get a new expanded layout with a goal of creating a more interactive experience for guests. Quote, "This iconic location will soon receive a fresh new look, expanded layout with more room to shop and interactive opportunities to customize your confections like never before," unquote, reads the announcement on the Disney Parks blog. The refurbishment is set to begin on March 29th, with a number of celebrated treats moving to the Emporium and Main Street Cinema during the closure. The new look is part of a number of projects being completed in advance of the 50th anniversary celebration, which kicks off October 1st. This week, Disney has also begun testing facial recognition at the entry of Magic Kingdom. Testing is expected to continue through April 23rd. Here is the official announcement from Disney. Quote, "At Walt Disney World Resort, we're always looking for innovative and convenient ways to improve our guests' experience, especially as we navigate the impact of COVID-19. With the future in mind and the shift in focus to more touchless experiences, we're conducting a limited 30-day test using facial recognition technology. Length of the test is subject to change. The technology we're using captures an image of a guest's face and converts it into a unique number, which is then associated with the form of admission being used for park entry. Participation in this test is optional. For those interested in volunteering to participate in this effort, please make sure you arrive with a valid theme park admission and a Disney Park Pass reservation," unquote. Will you participate in facial recognition? Did you still operate under the assumption you are not being tracked in most ways at Walt Disney World, or in all of the world if you have a smartphone? When do you think we will start being chipped as annual pass holders? I, for one, got my microchip from Bill Gates this Sunday. Thank you, Bill Gates. Thank you for that microchip vaccine. I'm kidding. It's not a microchip. If you have Facebook and you used Facebook to complain about being tracked in any capacity, be it through like the Disney Magic Bands or through some supposed microchip that you're getting when you get the vaccine, which is not true, but you used Facebook in which to complain, I just don't have words for how stupid you are. In all seriousness, don't try that. Apparently someone did attempt to chip themselves with a magic band, and that's just not a good idea. What will you think of next, Florida? Oh, a bunch of crazies. This is a bit of a quick newscast this week, as Catherine is off on a much-needed escape with her family. But she will be back at the website early next week, as she has plans to amp up our news coverage. So please stay tuned to parkhopperdaily.com and the YouTube channel, as well as our Instagram page for details. I have another little bit of news that I want to talk about really quick. It was actually announced after Catherine already had sent me the script. So I'm just kind of going off the cuff from the Los Angeles Times website. This new plan that Disneyland just dropped today, like 4 hours ago, Disneyland Forward. They're going to be adding more rides, more attractions, more restaurants, more shops. I believe it's to the west of where downtown Disney currently is. They don't have a budget yet. They're hoping to get that for approval to Anaheim City Council by 2023. This is all in an effort to rebound the Anaheim area post-COVID. I mean, I'm sure they had ideas of this before COVID hit, but I could not be more excited. I absolutely love Disneyland. I love how close everything is. I love that even when they announce an expansion, it's like, yeah, but I'm still going to be able to completely walk around that and Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure in one day, provided park hopping comes back when things open eventually. But that's super exciting. I love any expansion. I hate when they attack the original rides. Snow White's Scary Adventure should be Snow White's Scary Adventure forever. I'm going to complain about that. But yeah, the photos, the images, the renderings that they have posted all look really fun, really cool. The text is a little too small for me to read any more details because my computer is far away from me right now, and that's fine. So we will definitely have more updates on all of the new Disneyland stuff that's coming up, the new expansions, and let me go over to these comments. Oh my gosh, hello, my beautiful friends. Hello. Oh, special birthday shout outs to my friend Robert. His birthday is this weekend as well. Love you, Robert. So if anyone has any questions, go ahead and type them there in the comments in the chat. I'm going to see if we have any. Why did my mom say albondigas con mantequilla? Which resort has the best pool in Disney World? Okay, that's a good question. There are no resorts at Disney World that have a bad pool, okay? 0% of the resorts at Walt Disney World have a bad pool. And I think that is very important to know, because one of the best ways to do a day at Disney is to wake up at the crack of dawn or earlier, get to the park an hour before it opens, rope drop that-ish, and just like sprint to the rides that you want to do. Like if you have important attractions that are going to have a longer line as more people arrive, get those done early. Rope drop is key, especially now in pandemic times. If you don't want to be around people, get there early. Don't sleep in. You're on vacation. It's not about sleep. It's about getting stuff done. But anyway, so you wake up early, you go to the park, you do the stuff that you need to do, and then you go back to your resort because, of course, you stayed on property because you're not an idiot. And then you go to the pool, and there's not a bad pool. My personal favorite pool, I have a couple I'm going to talk about too. My personal absolute favorite is at the Polynesian because I love the whole Polynesian vibe. And I love that from the pool at the Polynesian, you can still see the castle at the Magic Kingdom. So it's kind of like laying out in the Magic Kingdom, in the backyard of the Magic Kingdom. It's gorgeous and wonderful. The music is so relaxing. I think the music there is so even like added relaxation vibes for me because Joe and I actually listen to, like, when we go to the beach, we don't like listen to music like our iTunes or Spotify. We go to YouTube and we get the music from the Polynesian lobby, and that's what we listen to when we're laying out at the beach or trying to relax at home. Polynesian is very much like our home away from home. So the Polynesian, and it's very fun. It's got a cool water slide. Joe, you like the water slide, right? Joe goes on all the water slides. He is so adorable. So it's like a lava volcano water slide kind of experience. There's a waterfall, huge hot tub. And then there's also most resorts, as well, especially if they're a DVC resort, they'll have like the fun themey pool where like the kids can go. And then they have like a separate, like more quiet pool that is still fine. You know, they usually all have like their own little bar area, their own little snack area, but maybe not like the big water slides. So like the little kids might not be as keen to go there because it doesn't have like the whole like kid center. But I do like that there's a few options. The everyone else's answer will probably be the pool at the Beach and Yacht Club resorts. It's Stormalong Bay. They have like a lazy river. It's got a sand bottom. The pool, you actually have to like leave, or the slide, you actually have to leave the pool area, walk across this little sidewalk, go up these like massive stairs into a pirate ship, and then you go down this epic tube slide from a pirate ship. So that's really, really cool. They have a couple extra hot tubs. I can't even remember all of the features, but it's an epic, massive, beautiful, fun pool. They are super strict about who gets in. Like, I think your Magic Band or your room key does get scanned to make sure that you're actually staying there, because it's kind of like a mini water park. Like you could really, truly just go and stay at that resort and just go to the pool every day and not even go. Walking distance to Epcot is like, you can see Epcot from your room, and you could just be like, yeah, I'm going to skip that. We're just going to stay at the pool all day. Would be totally fine. Those are my favorite pools. Okay, let's see what else you guys have to add. Oh, okay. So we have a little rivalry going on. Sylvia Boyer says that she loves Disneyland the most. She loves it better than Disney World, but she loves Epcot and especially Paris. And I know that Sylvia is my mom, so we have a very special bond. She came to visit me when I did the Disney College program in 2005, and that was where we spent most of our time, was at the Boulangerie, the pâtisserie. We had macaroons and cheese plates and baguettes and champagne and mimosas, and it was exquisite. Oh, so fun. Mom, we're going to go to real Paris, okay? We're going to go to real Paris, for real. Let's see, who has some more questions? If I only have 15 minutes to spend at Disney, which rides should I ride? Well, if you have 15 minutes, you're maybe going to get to like go in. I guess we're assuming that you don't have to like wait for a bus or like actually get there. Like, you're just sprinting in. I'm picturing, let's go park by park. So you've got, from the minute you walk in, you've got 15 minutes. So let's say you get one attraction. If I only have 15 minutes in Magic Kingdom, what I'm going to do personally is not even do a ride. Like, I'm going to run to the castle. I'm going to stand there and cry for 14 minutes. Then I'm going to walk back. And that's what I'm going to do. Actually, I probably like stand there and cry for 10 minutes. And then Joe's going to spend 5 minutes like pushing me to leave. Going into Epcot, I would go in the International Gateway so that I can zip through some of the World Showcase on my way over to Soarin'. I would do Soarin'. That is my favorite attraction at Epcot. I absolutely love it. That might change when Guardians of the Galaxy opens. Who knows? I'm super obsessed with Guardians of the Galaxy. Chris Pratt, you're on my list. Joe, did you hear that? No, just kidding. What list? I don't know where I'm Anyway, going into Animal Kingdom. I know it's cliche, but I am going to have to say Flight of Passage. I really love Flight of Passage. I cannot imagine a scenario in which you get on to Flight of Passage in 15 minutes, even if you're rope dropping. But pretending that it all works out, I would go to Flight of Passage. And at Hollywood Studios, I would run some Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. That's the new ride that has replaced the Great Movie Ride. So it's just straight down the middle of that main street. I always get it wrong. Hollywood Boulevard, Sunset Boulevard, whatever it is. You just run straight in and it's right there. I've done Rise of the Resistance a bunch of times. I've done Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. I love Hollywood Tower Hotel, but I mean, look at my arm, okay? Like I've got the actual, like the new Disney shorts, the most recent Mickey, like Mickey. Oh look, there's some more Mickey. Mickey's my guy. All right, I love him. I love him a lot. So that this is the first full attraction completely dedicated to my man Mickey Mouse. That's where I'm going. All right, let's see what else. How is Epcot after pandemic? Restaurant-wise, how do reservations work, protocols, and so forth? That is a great question. So, when we were there in November and December, we did not do a lot of indoor dining. Well, we didn't really do any indoor dining. We had like one or two exceptions. We did have dinner at the California Grill because they put us in a separate room. If we were sitting in the main area, we would have left. And one thing that was really great on Disney's part, they're usually a little on the strict side. Like if you cancel your reservation within 24 hours or if you're a no-show, they will charge your credit card $10 per person on your reservation. So if you had like a reservation for 4 and you didn't show up, you'd be charged $40. They did that because when they first started their advanced dining reservations, ADRs, if you ever see like Disney people like talking in all of their shorthand, ADRs, advanced dining reservation. When they first started that, people were going on and booking like 10 different restaurants. And then they just would go to the one that they felt like going to that day. And it was really difficult for Disney to gauge like if they were really booked or not. Like it would say that there were no more reservations available, but then they would only be at half capacity and it would be like, what? So that's why they added that measure. They take your credit card if you want to make a reservation. So I was nervous about making reservations and then showing up and being uncomfortable. But since the pandemic, they are super great about giving you a little tour of not only their guidelines, they are taking everyone's temperature. Every single indoor dining, they take your in the parks. They were taking our temperature before we were allowed to go in. It's limited capacity. It's not just like at its regular capacity. Tables are either not being used or like removed from the floor entirely. And all of the servers and everyone working there, they were masked and shielded. And now they have added an extra measure since we left that you are only as a guest allowed to take your mask off when you are actively eating and drinking. So, you can't just like go sit down and like take your mask off and like you have to have your mask on when you order. You have to keep your mask on until your food actually arrives. And then as soon as you're done eating, you got to put it back on, which I think is great. And Joe and I kind of do that anyway, because we're like, yeah, just because we don't have to doesn't mean we can't. Like, let's do it and you know, try to be considerate people, right? Spread the magic. So in that way, I really appreciated how Disney was handling their dining, even though sometimes we did go into a place thinking maybe it'll be okay. And then once we got there, we kind of looked around and we're like, you know what? Nope, we're a little nervous and nothing at Disney is cheap. And we're like, it's not worth the money to kind of eat like quick and in fear and be nervous. We're like, we'd rather just have like something quick outside. When we go in April, we will be fully vaccinated. So I think for us, having the vaccine is going to very much change our, like, what we're comfortable with. I know this is like a really long roundabout way of answering your question, but at Epcot, there are a couple of places that are sit-down dining places that have outdoor seating. There's outdoor seating at Via Napoli in the Italy Pavilion. There's outdoor seating at Spice Road Table, which is like a tapas style Moroccan Mediterranean style food. And there is Rose and Crown Pub that has some outdoor seating. Other than that, though, if you want to eat like and have a server, like sit down dining, it's going to be inside. So, and there are no places in Magic Kingdom, in Animal Kingdom. No, one place in Animal Kingdom, I'm lying. But there's no places in Magic Kingdom that have outdoor table service. And there's no places in Hollywood Studios that have table service. There's a lot of quick service in every park. Some is better, some better than, more options than others. Epcot is probably the best as far as food options, especially because they've done a really great job of having their festivals just kind of like one closes and like 3 days later, boom, it's open for the next festival. And the festivals add like 10, 15 extra kiosks of quick service food, like little nibblies and little drinks and stuff. And they have lots of high top tables around where you can stop and kind of park for a minute and enjoy your drink. No parks or resorts or Disney Springs, you are not allowed to have your mask off if you're moving. You have a bottle of water, you're taking a sip of something, you got to stand still off to the side somewhere in a designated area where you're allowed to take off your mask. A lot of people don't listen to this rule. And when I see you, I start screaming mask at the top of my lungs because you are rude. And I want to point that out to you. It is rude. It is rude. Don't do it. Thanks. All right. Let's see if we have any other questions. How soon after Disneyland opens do you think you'll go? Well, that will depend on a few things. One, how much money will I make between now and then? And can I afford to fly to California? Being vaccinated is absolutely a game changer in that question for me. Being fully vaccinated makes me feel much more comfortable about the prospect of being on a plane for 6 hours, even though I'm not like 100%. Like, yay, let's do it. I'm like 75%, which is pretty good. I know that when Disneyland first reopens, it's going to be to California residents only, so it might not really be an option right away as they figure out their reopening, how all of that is going to work. I remember thinking back to like early Disney World reopening, like all the hubbub and mess and madness. It's definitely going to take some time for them to work everything out, as is expected, even though they're going to like do everything that they possibly can as well as they possibly can. It's still going to take time to actually like do it in real life and take notes and see what works and what doesn't. And it's a much different beast. Like Disney World is massive. Like the parks are massive. There's room for, there's room, but even with there being room, it gets a little congested with the Peter Pan queue spilling out into the walkway, and then the Haunted Mansion queue is spilling out into the walkway, and then the Big Thunder Mountain, and then the Splash Mountain. Like, but they can pull it off because all of the streets were made wider. All of the queues were made wider. Disneyland was built for a 1955 person. And the 1955 people were we. They were much weirder than we are now. We are a robust people. And that is not said in a shaming kind of way. Like, I know I'm a plus size now. Like, I don't even think that I would exist in 1955. I would have been like I don't know. Anyway, the point is that their queues are teeny tiny, and they're like really wrapped around, and there's not a lot of space. I'm trying to figure out how Fantasyland is going to like deal with you're going to be able to fit like 10 people in a line before they just cut off the line and be like, no, you can't line up anymore. Because what are they going to do? Especially when like, okay, you got that Casey Jr. and then Dumbo and then Pinocchio and then Snow White and then Peter Pan, which already on a normal day is like spilling out into the street. And then you've got like Storybook Canal and teacups and no, I don't know. I think it's going to be, I think that what they might actually have to do is like not let people in fantasy, like you might have to line up to get into Fantasyland. Oh, I wonder what they're going to do. What do you guys think? This is the first time I'm really thinking about this out loud with all of you here, my good friends on the Park Hopper Daily Weekly Newscast. So anyway, that's just me rambling. I have no idea what they're actually going to do. This is me rambling. Let's see if we have any other questions. Oh, Dad's watching. Hi, Dad. Love you. What do we know about Disneyland opening to Cali residents? Is it like, can a Cali resident buy tickets for a group, or are they checking ID for proof of each guest's residence? That's a really good question. From what I have seen, I believe that if it's, I don't know if they have decided for sure, like how, like who can get in when. But what I've seen from some people, like especially like theme park journalists kind of people, they were saying that because they do not live in California, they weren't going to be able to go as soon as Disney opened. So my guess from that is that if there was a workaround, or even like a journalist, like a kind of press pass. That's what it's called, a press pass. If that kind of thing was available, then, maybe there would be some workarounds, but I think they're going to be pretty strict at first. This is what I think. I do not know, but I'll find out. I'll do some digging, or I'll have Catherine do some digging because she's the journalist. I'm just the face of the news. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Okay. Talking based on reality and thinking about Disney World land being crowded and crazy busy, what's the good side of after pandemic relating to organization protocols and so forth? Okay, I'm going to give you a quick answer to that. I love that question, Danny. And I will say that there is a much more detailed answer to this question already living right here on our YouTube channel. Our first 3 episodes of our interviews, it's called the 2-month Disney Honeymoon Part 1, the 2-month Disney Honeymoon Part 2, and Revenge of the Disney Honeymoon. No, just kidding. The 2-month Disney Honeymoon Part 3. Joe and I talked with Catherine Manu of Park Hopper Daily fame about our experience and every single COVID protocol that was in place while we were there. We called it the good, the bad, and the meh, because there were a lot of changes that were like, okay, we can't wait till this goes back to like normal. Hopefully it will change. But there was a whole entire segment of stuff that we were like, thank God they changed this. This is excellent. Keep it forever. No matter the pandemic situation, this should be. I'm going to say 2 things from this, and then I'm going to wrap this up because I'm going kind of long, but you should absolutely go check out our interviews on that because we had like a long list. My number one favorite thing that they did was the physical distancing the line. I hate standing in line when people, here, let me act this out with my toys. So let's say I'm the Porg Pez, okay, and random idiot park guest is Han Solo bobblehead, all right? So I'm in line, right? The line's not moving. I've given the person ahead of me the Epcot ball. I've given them like a reasonable amount of space. Yet for some reason, whoever's behind me is just like all up in my business. And then I'll turn around and I'll give them that look like, stop it. And then they'll like kind of back up for a second, but then they creep back up. Then they get on, well, you know, like where they stand beside you, like they're going to try to cut you. And I'm like, you're not going to get on the ride faster. Actually, I can kind of guarantee that you're going to get on the ride a lot slower if you do that. It's kind of like in traffic. Even if I'm in a rush too, if you are riding me, I will slow down to 15 miles below the speed limit just to mess with you. It's just how I roll. The other thing that so I hope they keep the physical distancing little tape markers, because it mandates 6 feet between your stink face and my stink face. All right? Keep some distance. It saves lives, literally. The other thing that I really love is they invented a brand new utensil dispenser. Okay, so gone are the days of having to reach into a tray. Oh, let's use the Porg Pez for this as well. You know, like you touch the little lever, right? Already icky, right? Everyone's touching that. And you know they're going like, eh, and then touching like, eh. Okay, so you touch the thing and then a little fork comes down into a little tray and you're like, oh yeah, that's just about at toddler tongue level. You know how many kids are just like right up on that thing? This fork is disgusting. Don't use it. So what did Disney do? They were like, brainstorm. So now what you do, the dispenser looks like this. It's like a display, and just the very end of the utensil is sticking out. And all you do is touch that fresh, never before touched utensil. You go, shoop, and then like magic, shoop, a new one appears. All right, did you get that? So you pull yours out, shoop, and then like magic, shoop. If you go watch the video, I actually have a video of it in action. Although I do think that my reenactment with this Porg Pez was phenomenal. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for your questions. I'm so sorry if I did not answer your question. Please watch again next week. I promise I will answer your questions. You can also hit me up on Instagram or like shoot me a text, because most of you guys who are watching are my friends and you know me and I love you. Thank you so much. So I just came back to the script to read the outro, but Catherine's on vacation. She didn't write me an outro. Guys, help. What do I say now? Do I just keep talking forever and ever and ever? Okay, wait, but seriously, I do want some help. I'm just kidding. I do want some help with like a little tagline, a little outro, like on Anchorman, how Ron Burgundy always said, keep it classy, San Francisco. I need a cute little outro. We were toying with, like, see you real soon. I love it. I like it. I feel like it's, maybe we could be cuter. Can we be cuter? Is that our cuteness ceiling? I don't know. You tell me. I would love if you gave me some suggestions, if you have any ideas on what my tagline should be. For now, I'm just going to keep drinking this tea and have a wonderful evening, everyone. I'm Anita Boyer. Thank you so much for tuning in. Shout outs to my man Jim Disney, Jamie. Special congratulations to John Sheridan, who is celebrating his 10 years with Walt Disney Company. John is at John Disguy and Disguy Mickey on Instagram. Jamie is at jim.disney on Instagram. They are some of our correspondents when we are not at our true home away from home. We love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Catherine, thank you so much for this banging script as always. And I can't believe that you wrote a script while you were on vacation. You're amazing. When I'm on vacation, I'm not doing anything. That's not true. I'll still do a newscast. Guys, this was my 10th newscast in a row. 10 weeks. 10 weeks I've been doing this. And I'm going to keep going forever and ever and ever. Oh my gosh, you know what I didn't do this week? I didn't do my little do. Wow. I start early and then I just get all befuddled. All right. Thank you so much. I love you all. Have a magical night, everyone.